Heading on the highway. Good afternoon and welcome to the Noon Show with Lisa and Johnny. We are coming to you live and streaming everywhere. The Noon Show airs Monday through Friday from noon until 1 o'clock Central Time. Each day, we bring you engaging conversations, fresh perspectives, and stories that connect us. Johnny and I would like to invite you to join us along with today's show guests. We have today as our featured community spotlight guest, Sonia Harwood Johnson. She is the Gorgas House Museum Roll Tide and the always fabulous Mayor Dale Phillips, Mayor of Northport, City of Northport, and we're welcoming him back actually. So for today's conversation, pull up a chair, sit back, and relax. And now, without further ado, here's Johnny.
And a big welcome to everyone. Hey, Miss Sunshine.
Hey.
Beautiful day in T-Town. No doubt
Yeah.
about it. But welcome, everyone. We are so happy you're here. This has become the front porch of Tuscaloosa, Northport, West Alabama. And we appreciate your support, your involvement, and thank you for telling everybody to listen to the Noon Show. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Miss Sunshine, again, you know, it's a scriptural that I'm getting ready to say, but you know,
I know what you're going to say. I know where you're going with this.
Two or more are gathered together inside the Noon Show studio. It's a hootenanny. And so we have got so it's a hootenanny on a Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Amen. And let it be done.
Which means it's going to be fun.
It sure is.
It's going to be fun. But Sunshine, we've got a lot of things going on. Can I just remind everybody Saturday to put some non-perishable goods by your mailbox?
Thank you for that
this
reminder.
weekend.
Yes.
On Saturday, this is to fight hunger. West Alabama Food Bank is, of course, so involved in this kind of thing. But our postal workers will be picking up donations at each of our mailboxes on Saturday. So leave some non-perishable goods. Just put a sack out there by your mailbox. Stick a couple of cans or something in your mailbox. And our postal workers are going to be picking it up. So don't forget, that's this Saturday.
It's very timely announcement. Thank you for that, Johnny Rocket.
Yeah, we want to help our folks at West Alabama Food Bank.
Yeah, and we have something coming up very soon benefiting the Tuscaloosa Public Library, the Bookmobile. It's my very first charity fundraiser. I'm very, very, very excited. So we have the first annual Deviled Egg Throwdown. So everybody's invited. This is a deviled egg competition. And this is going to be on May the 30th from 2 to 4 o'clock at Druid City Brewery. So shout out to Bo for hosting us.
Thanks, Bo Hicks.
Yes, thank you, Bo Hicks. And also shout out to Cody Duffy, who's a co-chair of the committee. He is from 205 Restaurant and Bar, and also all the other fabulous people on his team. So here's the thing. There's going to be a panel of judges, and whoever wins the overall competition, we're going to have about 20 restaurants. They're going to be the proud recipient of the Golden Egg Award. And trust, you're going to want it because this is an award for culinary excellence. It's very special.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's the inaugural. I'd want to win that.
Yeah. And then there's also the People's Choice Award. So the people will have their say in the matter. So you buy a ticket, you go to eventbrite.com, make sure that your location is set on Tuscaloosa, and then just type in the words Deviled Egg Throwdown. Yeah. And buy your ticket. It's $10 plus processing fee.
Yeah, and a shout out to all our restaurants who have been so kind inviting us into their establishments. Lisa and I have been able to visit several, and other folks are doing it. Thank you for your enthusiastic response. We're getting sign-ups, but guess what? We could use some more. You want to be involved in this one? Yes,
you do. And I was having a little conversation with someone. I'm trying to get a guitar donated so it could be autographed by someone in particular and auction it off for the cause. So if anybody has one to donate, let me know. Just reach out to me. So I'm very, very, very excited about this. And in the great American way, if again, to the People's Choice Award, so you buy your ticket online or at the door. But if you have a favorite restaurant and you want them to win, you want more votes, just buy more tickets.
Encourage.
Pat that ballot box, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. I mean, is that wrong of me? But it's for a good cause.
A good cause.
It is a good cause.
We love our library, and their bookmobile does need to be replaced. And so don't forget, Put that date down.
Oh,
Save
yeah.
the date. Saturday afternoon, May the 30th, 2 to 4, over at Druid City Brewing.
Yes. Now we have, and just in case you were joining us, we have Sonia Harwood Johnson. She is the Gorgas House Museum Director. Sonia, welcome to the Noon Show studio.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Hey, Sonia,
I
nice to meet
love that
you.
you're here. I
She
love
looks like an
the
Alabama
Gorgas.
girl.
Yeah. Oh,
Roll
and
Tide.
she's
Roll Tide.
she's a springy Alabama girl too. I love it. I commented on her shoes immediately, but I'm a shoe gal. So
They
anyway.
look Crimson Tide looking to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so off the air we're talking. She's already been invited back to talk about something else. But the reason you are here today is to talk about a very special exhibit. Will you please catch us up to date on what's going on?
Absolutely. So the Gorgas House and the students that I work with have had the honor of curating one of UA Museum's first exhibits at the Bryce and Randall Welcome Center, so the old
Mhm.
Bryce building.
Yeah.
So that's actually where
Oh.
it's located, which is really incredible.
So that's really nice out there
it's
too.
beautiful.
Really nice.
And such a historic location as
It
well,
is.
which is wonderful.
Yeah.
The exhibit is called Cotton, Cloth, and Community, Alabama Quilting Traditions. And so our goal was to pull together what quilting looks like from all over the state. So we have quilts from Gee's Bend, Alabama.
Oh, yes.
If you've ever heard of the Gee's
Oh,
Bend
yes.
quilters, they are world renowned as
They
some of
are.
the most talented quilters in the world.
They're in the Smithsonian.
They are absolutely.
Really?
So it was so cool to get to visit them,
Wow.
to loan some of their quilts. We have quilts from the West Alabama Quilters Guild, so right here in Tuscaloosa, locally made quilts. And then we have a quilt made by students at the university. So we had a student sit in the student center and put together patches made by individual students that talks about home. And then the centerpiece is our bicentennial quilt. So this was designed by Miss Yvonne Wells, who is one of Tuscaloosa's most famous quilters, and it was created for Tuscaloosa's bicentennial, which would have been back in 2019. And so we had a case made for it. It's the centerpiece, and so they all kind of go together to talk about what quilting looks like here in Alabama.
That's a tremendous display.
Yeah.
And yeah, Yvonne is a legend. Right
She
there.
is, absolutely.
And the Gee's Bend group, they are international.
Yeah.
But
Wonderful,
Wonderful.
wonderful.
But just quickly to Johnny's point, I've never really thought of it in this way. My mind had never characterized quilting as an art form, but it is, isn't it,
Very
Sonia?
much.
Absolutely. It's an art form that
Yeah.
also tells history, it tells stories. I mean, our bicentennial quilt is actually a map of the city of Tuscaloosa. And so it's put
Right.
together by 4 quilters, Miss Becky Booker, Miss Tionia Tidline, Miss Amy Henderson, and Sharon Rudowski. And so they each took a quadrant and mapped out the city. So there's the Black Warrior River that goes through it, Denny Chimes. There's even a path from where the tornado went through Tuscaloosa.
So it's
And
historical. Very
it's-
obviously,
it's-
there's
yeah.
hello, Captain Obvious.
It's
Anyway,
like a time capsule. And so when it was on display
Beautiful.
at the Gorgas House, we would have so many guests that had never been to Tuscaloosa before that now we get to point out
okay.
our key features, which is so
All right. All right.
And just going to the Randall Center is worth the visit by itself. But
Absolutely.
to have this, you've got such a great diversity of
Yes.
quilts. And this is going to be a fabulous display.
Thank you. Yeah, it is so pretty.
I have a question. I'm raising
Yes,
my
ma'am.
hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Me, she's calling me. Okay, so the quilters for this, especially, I'm thinking in terms of this one specific quilt, the bicentennial quilt. Was it handmade or was it on a machine or maybe a hybrid?
It was a mix of both. Yeah. So each of
Because
the
that can be
quilters-
really thick, right?
Yes,
I mean, yeah.
absolutely. Each of the quilters kind of got creative control over their area with Yvonne Wells kind of overseeing it. And so it is almost 3D. It has a hat sticking out of the front of it for Bear Bryant, his classic fedora.
Yes.
And so that sticks about 2 inches off the front. It has all these other features that people have collected over time. This wonderful Native American head made out of beads that Yvonne had taken off of a purse she bought, and then it's actually double-sided. So the back side of the quilt is an Alabama state flag that Miss Yvonne had in her trunk for about 3 years before she found a place to put it. And the story goes that they made the front of the quilt and they didn't know what to put on the back, and she found this map or the flag, and it was the exact same size of the quilt.
Oh,
No
wow.
And so
kidding,
she
that's
put it on her
amazing.
lap and hand stitched the whole thing together.
Oh, this is precious.
Okay, I have a question for you, but I think I already know the answer because I just read another little fact. So there's an 1877 fan used as a dance card. Is that right? That's not the actual question, but that is that
yes,
correct?
That's at the Gorgas house. Absolutely. So that's a part of another one of our wonderful exhibits.
Ooh.
So every single exhibit, the quilt exhibit and everything else is all student work. So that was done by a master's student at the Gorgas house. And yes, we have a fan that is a dance card fan from one of the Gorgas daughters on display.
How
and she
fabulous.
tells the story of the daughters at the University of the South in Suwanee, Tennessee, getting courted. And so every eligible bachelor would write down their name and then whatever song they wanted to dance with her. And then she would get to pick and choose. So whenever that song came up, she would find the band to dance with. And
That's kinda cool.
it didn't work. She never got married, but the concept is absolutely fascinating.
Well,
We ought to use that today, maybe.
You should.
so again, I think I know the answer to this question, but why quilting? Why does it still matter today?
Absolutely. So quilting, I think a lot of people see it as sort of a dying art or something that just old women do, but that is absolutely
No,
not. the case.
I know women who are not
People,
old.
yes, people love quilting, and especially seeing my students get really passionate about it. We've had a couple quilting workshops at the Gorgas house. The West Alabama Quilters Guild, when I went to their meeting, they have over 100 members, and so it is very much an art that is alive and well, but is always transitioning, and it's working as modern people need it. Of maybe it's no longer just to make blankets to keep people warm, but maybe they're meant to tell a story or make a point.
Storytelling was where I was
Display
headed
something.
towards that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and let's give credit to the GSBN
Yeah.
quilters because
Yes.
they probably are the ones that helped us pivot back toward understanding quilting as an art, and they brought it
Absolutely.
to such attention.
Mm-hmm.
No, not only in Alabama but across the world.
Yes.
They, I think, have played an important role in stimulating this reemergence of quilting.
Mhm.
Because I don't know how to quilt, but I love
Yes.
looking at them. They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. And if you don't know the story of Gee's Bend, it was one of the poorest counties in the country.
That's right.
And so much help was sent down there. It's majority African American. Almost all the people down there have the same last name due to their history. And they just made the quilts to keep themselves warm. And then when the
Yeah.
civil rights movement came through, there was a priest who saw their work and recognized it as art, as talent. He started selling it in New York City, and it became incredibly popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make one comment and then have a couple other things to do right before the break. But my grandma, my mother's mother,
Mhm.
made a quilt for every single one of her grandchildren and put it away
Mhm.
just in case she wasn't alive when they got married. I'm just a terrible thing to say. I'm not characterizing that correctly, but I was very pleased to receive that quilt. I knew I was going to get it once I got married, and it was a way to go ahead and have something to pass on to your grandchildren or anyone in your family, and it's a great gift.
Absolutely. There's so many different styles of quilts that do that work as well. Most of the people in my generation will have t-shirt quilts, where you take all the t-shirts from when you were a child to high school.
I've seen that.
and make
That's
quilts out
so
of it.
cool.
We've had people talk about like wedding ring quilts that have a specific design that are gifted specifically for weddings. Obviously, quilts made for babies. It's a handmade way to show love.
Yeah.
That is a way to pass down not only memories but care, compassion, and stories as well.
I think
especially
I'll
among
send you all
families.
my t-shirts.
Yes, I can't quilt at all. I can just appreciate the art form.
But one other thing, and we want to remind everybody, and you have emphasized this in your own way, but the museums at Alabama are for the community as well. And
Absolutely.
that's one of the things we'd like to make sure everybody understands.
Mhm.
This is not just because it's on the university campus, doesn't mean it's closed to everybody.
Mhm.
Everything at the university is open to our community, and what a wealth of riches we have in our museums at Alabama. And so
Absolutely.
we're just so appreciative of that.
Yes.
And it's accessible to anyone.
Yeah, but Sonia and Johnny and Rebecca and Axel and Mayor Phillips, I got a question for everybody in the studio. Mayor Phillips, why don't you come on around here to the microphone? Okay, so here's a question. On a scale of 1 to dazzling, Mayor, how's your sparkle today? How's your sparkle?
My sparkle.
Yes, sir. How's your sparkle today?
It's great.
Is it great? How about you, Johnny?
It's fantastic.
How would you rate yours, Sonia?
Wonderful.
What would you say, Rebecca?
Is it
Just
a 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
Good 9.
Maybe 9. What'd you, Axel Rose?
I'll give mine a 10.
Axel's saying 10. Well, everybody's in
We're
luck.
rocking
Because
and rolling.
even if you're at the top of the scale, Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers gonna up the ante for you and fix it real quick. You're gonna be in outer space with it, right?
That's right, because at Hudson Pool, they got everything to make you sparkle. I mean, engagement rings, if you want to do that. They got fashion pieces. They got that wonderful line of men's watches. Hint, hint. Point being, they got the sparkle covered down at Hudson Pool.
Yeah, they do. They really do. And it's not just sparkle, Johnny, it's about the quality. Their diamonds are selected to shine brighter than the rest.
Well, that's true, but that could be a little dangerous information
Oh,
for us
come
guys.
on, Johnny. It depends on how you look
Kinda
at it.
scary.
Well, come
Well,
on.
okay, fair point.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
So whether you're celebrating something big or just want to level up your sparkle,
Go see our friends at Hudson Pool.
visit them at 1111 Greensboro Avenue or hudsonpool.com for the same great
And
service.
by the way, their anniversary sale started May the 1st, and it will run through May the 30th.
Happy
They're
anniversary.
celebrating, if I'm not mistaken, their 41st
41st.
anniversary in business.
Happy 41st anniversary to
Great,
Hudson Pool.
Great business, great family.
Yeah.
We love them to death.
Yeah, y'all go down and see them and tell them Lisa, Johnny, Sonia, and Mayor Phillips and Rebecca and Axel Rose sent you.
Yeah,
That was a long-
the Hootenanny was
the hoot-
thinking about you.
The choosy hootenanny.
That's right.
Okay, guys, we are going to head to break, pay some bills, but when we come back, we've got City of Northport Mayor Dale Phillips. You're not going to want to miss a single moment. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. Okay, Sonia, I wanted to show you something.
Yes.
We were just about to read this,
Yeah, that's one of our.
and then I took it back. I thought we're going to use a different version, I think, or unless you want me to say it again, it's up to you. I've got like a normal, like bear. That's for Bear because Bearfield's one of our.
Mm-hmm.
And Victoria sent, and that's this
Awesome.
week's. So your call. We can do. Let me show you what you're choosing between.
Yeah.
Hang on. So there's a whole
Bunch of.
options.
Wonderful.
So you decide. I don't have to think. That's great. It's already been done.
Can you talk about those quilts? I have several quilts that I'm the 4th generation. Have them, and they're just, if you look at them and the quality that they were put together with 100 years ago.
Isn't that incredible?
It's great. And it's lost out of.
I know. Well,
I
my
think
other
so. The city
grandmother
of Northport,
or
the city
would
of
take as
Northport,
it's just
is.
her
So they have
standard
the person
her
in charge of it.
her go-to baby gift. It was a Rocky Horse quilt.
Mhm.
And it was I always got so tickled, but she probably was right. She's like, everybody just has a fit over it. They all gotta have Rocky Horse quilt. This one, we're doing this one. Okay.
Quilts are something that it takes a lot of time, but it takes.
I mean, when the G-Spend ladies were teaching me, you're just
Patience.
wiggling
I
your
actually
fingers.
had
I mean,
some
there's
of
a
the
lot
ones
more
that I
to it,
have
but
out this weekend, but
it depends on if you do it.
just looking at it, like, this thing is 100 years old, and it looks
How do they? Well, they keep them in the what's the wood? Cedar. Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Noon Show, home of Fun Radio, right here on FM 100.1.
Thank you for being with us. We're so happy that we've got a hootenanny going on today on the front porch of Tuscaloosa, Northport, and West Alabama, right here.
Yeah, we've got Mayor Phillips in the studio with us today. I got a couple of comments though, Johnny, before we segue to the good mayor.
Okay.
So, Johnny, employers today are looking for more than just a degree.
Oh, yeah. They want people who can actually think, communicate, and adapt.
Well, that's what the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences delivers every day.
Yeah, what I like about it, students they're not just sitting in the classroom. They're doing research, they're collaborating, they're solving actually real world issues.
And building skills that matter in the real world.
And that's what makes the difference right there.
Oh, yeah. If you want to be ready for what's next,
Start at artsandsciences.ua.edu.
Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences, real world ready. Roll Tide and roll research.
Amen.
Woo! Heck yeah,
we have
y'all.
got the good mayor with us today.
Yay! Thank you for coming. I'm just going to applaud him. Welcome on Tuck and Roll Tuesday.
Mayor, how things in North?
Yeah.
They're good.
Tell us about it.
Things are good.
What's going on?
Moving right along. You know, been in office now for about 6 months, a little over 6 months. Getting settled in
Yeah.
and getting used to how things have to work sometimes. You know, I tell everybody I'm a man of very little patience. And politics is the wrong business to be in if you have very little patience.
Yes,
Government
sir.
is. And but we've got some good things going, and
Good.
the city's good, the city's strong, and it's the next couple of years going to be really exciting.
Yeah. You know, one of the things I think we're all so impressed with and excited about, because we're already seeing the impact of River Run Park. We're already seeing that.
Yes, River Run Park is an outstanding venue. We're a little bit behind the curve on some things that we need to help support
Mhm.
River Run Park. We're moving ahead as quickly as you can with a hotel right beside the park. I spend a lot of time going back to, I think Ms. Johnson used the term a little earlier that some of us older people remember courting. I'm spending a lot of time courting businesses, trying to get them interested in coming to Northport. And when we fill in those gaps around River Run Park,
Mhm.
it's going to be such a boost for
Oh,
the
it is.
city,
Oh, it is.
and it's going to be a catalyst for us in the future.
Yeah.
There's some great things coming to the whole West Alabama area,
Right.
and Northport's just got to be in a position to make sure we get our share.
Yeah, Lisa and I are in the process of writing a book, as I think you know. And I just finished doing some work on what I call the hospitality sports industry. River Run is in the middle of that, and it is a great asset for Northport. And the hospitality industry will grow, I think,
It will.
with your leadership.
It will grow. Sometimes you run into what I've called the chicken and egg effect. What comes first, the venue or the things that support the venue?
Yeah.
And
Good point.
so I give credit to the past administration. They bit the bullet and built the venue, and it is outstanding.
World
And
class.
it's making my job easier as far as getting businesses coming. And you know, I'm kind of limited on what I can say about that right now,
Of course.
but there's about a half a dozen things that's about ready to pop up, and I want to say, and I just can't. But there's a lot going on
That's
that
good.
within the next few months, people are going to be really excited.
So that courting is going to come into maybe going steady.
Yes.
Oh, I like it. So
Right.
that the hashtag
That's
progress,
right.
right?
That's right. And I think it's going to lead
Yeah.
to more.
Yeah.
Kind of the domino effect.
Yeah, it's like snowballing, same thing, yeah.
And so we're excited.
Yeah.
Northport is growing, and we're growing in the right direction. And we're about to get to where we can start addressing some issues that probably need to be addressed,
Okay.
and that's exciting too, because when you can realize you've got some areas that need to be addressed and you're in a position to address them, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Because you're improving yourself, and that's what it's all about, is improving the quality of life for the people of Northport.
While we're still on hospitality, I know our audience would love an update on the University Beach project. Where are we on that? What's happening there?
You know, University Beach is moving forward. A lot of
Okay.
dirt being moved, as you and I were talking on one of the breaks. A lot of dirt being moved. Right now, the only big change, and I said this in my community meeting that we had with a developer, and I've said it at a couple of other places, nothing really has changed other than the city and the current council has gotten themselves in a position of where they can monitor and kind of hold the process, hold their feet to the fire. And that's what we need to be able to do.
Yeah.
We need to be able to make sure that this program is moving forward, that this project is moving forward,
Mhm.
and it doesn't die, it doesn't stall out. And
Yeah.
the city is in a really good position now, and I credit this council that's on right now for achieving that. They realized we didn't quite have those boundaries set up, and they went after it, and they got that done. So I want to assure the people that the project is moving forward, but at least we're in a position to make sure that it's going to be a good project.
Yeah.
For our listeners who may not know, and forgive me if this is an awful question, what are the holdups, or can you talk about it?
Well, there's not really any holdups other than a project of that size takes a tremendous amount of time.
Mhm.
But in the past, the city really didn't have any benchmarks that they could hold the
Okay.
progress of the project to. Well, those are now in place.
Okay.
Okay.
So by X day, if a certain amount of work's supposed to be done, then come that day, the city can look, and if it's not done, the city has some legs to stand on, and if
Oh.
it is, then if those benchmarks are met, then all is good,
Yeah.
because that means we're
If I
on
remember,
course.
a lot of the conflict, the discussion was around accountability. And to your credit and to council's credit, you've now built in some ways to hold the project.
We've-
That seemed to be the missing
Well,
link.
that seemed to be part of the missing link.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Another missing link in the University Beach project was just some things were handled very poorly.
Mhm.
You know, people want to know what's going on. They want to know
Right.
what their money's being spent for. And let's face it, tax money is the people's money. That's where it comes from.
Yes, sir.
They want to know where it's going, and so it's not necessarily about is this a good project, bad project, whatever. The people they just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
They want to be informed. They want to feel informed. They want to feel part of what's going on in their city. And I hope that's been my goal from day one, was to get everything out in the open, and this is what's going on. You may not like it, and we all have the right to disagree.
Yeah.
And sometimes disagreeing is good, but this is what's going on. And I've tried really hard to make sure that everything's out there.
Yeah.
And right now, when people call or when I go speak to groups, if they want to talk about it, I'm more than happy to talk to them. I have nothing to hide. Can't guarantee I'm going to say what you may want to hear, but I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah. I remember when Lisa and I first sat down with you, two things were on your agenda right at the top: better communications and accountability.
Mhm.
And you and the council obviously are addressing that and doing it, because I've seen a couple of reports on some of your community forums that you have, and the council members, a lot of them have followed through, and
Sure.
they're doing them too.
Sure.
So kudos to you and
Yes.
the council for
It-
keeping to your promise.
It's all about accountability. We have to
Our-
be held accountable.
Yeah, I heard some positive feedback about
Oh.
those public
And
forums.
and that's
yes.
good. I don't know that anybody, the community meeting I had with the developer, I don't know that anybody changed their mind on how they felt. I don't know that any big decisions were made, but everybody got to ask a question, and he answered the question truthfully, as far as I know. And whether you liked his answer or not, he answered the question. I think that's all people want.
We're gonna have to go to the break, Mayor, but I'm gonna say one quick thing. And I was saying to someone earlier, I don't say things just to say them, but you, sir, make me feel optimistic for the
Well,
future.
good.
of the
Thank
city of
you. Thank
Northport.
you. That's very kind.
I really can understand why they voted you in, and kudos to the voters of the city of Northport. All right, guys, we have more with the fabulous Mayor of Northport when we come back after break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. No, I remember thinking that when we sat down, I was like, hey, this guy's got some, and you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
You have, this guy, I will just say it, you have Northport's best interest at heart.
I do.
And it's not,
I don't
not
know.
for, I
I'm
mean,
not trying to gain anything.
No.
I have
No.
no long range plans, but I'm really tired.
please tell me y'all
hearing
gonna say we need to get
Norfolk
pictures.
people.
Do you need us to
You
be at the
know,
studio?
and
But I've noticed.
You what?
I've noticed-
Oh, we usually go downstairs,
6%.
but,
Or do you need
I've
us to
noticed how-
stay in the studio?
more
oh, I would love, that's what I was saying. I was hoping y'all were like leaving. Good, good.
Someone looking from
Yeah.
outside a little bit.
well, one
Seems to be a
thing,
good environment.
one thing we've done, and y'all have helped with this, and I appreciate it, and I want to keep going, but is now when we walk in rooms and everything, it's where it used to be, there's wall, and then maybe Rob would come in. Now, at least when we walk into rooms, people realize that Northport's here also, you know, because there has been some, I have heard more people that listened that day.
Welcome back to the Noon Show.
That was a privilege.
That they thought, wow.
We had a mayor's for. Oh my gosh!
So
Online on the
That was
Thank
well.
you for hosting
that's
us.
great.
We'll do it again sometime.
We need
Let's
to.
do it. Yes.
723.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. We'll have to do it again.
Messages on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. Now here's Lisa and Johnny.
And welcome back to Fun
Yeah,
Radio
welcome
right
back.
here on the Noon Show at FM 100.1, streaming all around the world by going to thenoonshow.com and hitting
Yeah.
that little old listen now button.
Isn't it cute?
That's a powerful little button.
It sure is.
That's a powerful button. But aren't we having a good time today? I mean, we've been learning. I'm actually going to see the quilting display. I want to go see it.
Yeah.
And then I want to go eat in Northport today. I want to go
Oh.
visit our friends. And actually, we're going to be visiting y'all this week, I believe it is, coming to see.
We have plans to eat at a certain restaurant in Northport tomorrow.
Yeah, and we also are coming to see the mayor, I think, is going to be with Tara and us this week. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, we
this
got a
week.
meeting tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
at City
So,
Hall.
always good to
Is
visit.
it
with-
tomorrow?
Love Northport.
It may be tomorrow.
Is it?
Three o'clock.
You gonna,
I bet I have about 4 calendars, so.
mayor with my age.
He's like, wait, I got a meeting with you tomorrow? Oh yeah,
Right.
you do. But I do have one.
Somebody better remind me something.
Oh, that's right. So I hope this is a fair question. So you've been there a little while now, not that long, but what's the most surprising thing you have encountered since you took office?
How strong the city is.
Mhm.
Mm.
We inherited a very strong, forward-moving city. We did not get a mess like a lot of people thought we were getting. There were some things that I think that the council and myself wanted to see changed, and we're getting some of those changed. But the city of Northport is extremely strong,
Mhm.
both physically and financially. And we've got a lot going on over the next couple of years. It's going to change our city. And I'm excited about the future of Northport. There's going to be some hard decisions that have to be made. There's going to be some decisions made that maybe some people don't understand. And that's what I'm here for, is to try to answer those questions and explain why some of those decisions are being made.
Mhm.
Well, sometimes you can't please all the people all the time. So here's a question. How does it feel playing the part of the quote unquote bad guy in those kind of scenarios?
That's what I'm elected for.
Well, there you go. And you are qualified,
you know,
obviously. Yes.
When I chose to run and the people graciously voted me in, that means that things stop with me. And if they happened yesterday, they stop with me. If they happened 10 years ago, me, we don't go back in the past. We don't blame people back. It all stops with me. And I'm a big boy, I can take it.
Mhm.
But all I ask is just give me the opportunity to explain what's going on. Because I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm going to tell you the truth, whether it's good or bad. And I think that's what people are thirsty for in life these days,
Mhm.
in every aspect of our life, not just in Northport, is they just want dialogue and they want the truth.
Yeah, they do.
That's why the public forums are so popular.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why it's such a hit. Yeah.
Let me take the conversation on this same vein, but go a little bit different direction. Northport is growing. I mean, it's what, 17th largest
17th
largest city in Alabama now, over 35,000. The growth projections are exceptionally good
Mhm.
in all aspects. But I've heard you talk about this, and also your very able city administrator, Tara Tubbs. Y'all talk about responsible growth. What does that mean?
Great question.
Northport's going to grow, whether we want it to or not. It's kind of like kudzu. It's going to grow. But if you mold it and you have it grow in the direction you want it to, you can live with it. But if you just let it run wild, it'll overtake you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Northport's going to grow. When a city gets to a certain size, and with all the things we have around it, with the university and with Mercedes and with some other things going on, we're going to grow. We have to have responsible growth. We have to have responsible housing. We have to have the businesses that are going to support our people. We have to have the infrastructure. We have to have responsible growth. And Tara and I work really, really well together. She is such an asset to the city to have her, and her knowledge and her ability allows me to do the things that I need to do that she doesn't have time to do. And I think it's going to lead to a lot of success. But the responsible growth is, we have to, the things that people are looking for: schools, healthcare, recreation, the entertainment, those type things. You have to provide them, and they have to be quality amenities that you have. So the number one and number two, I think, there's going to be schools and healthcare. And DCH is really making some great strides, but we've got to get together, we've got to work, and we've got to make sure that things continue to grow. And then our schools. I'm going to say it right here on the air. Northport does not, cannot really afford its own city school system. I'm not saying that it's ever going to happen. We just can't do it right now. So we have to find a way to make sure that the 11 schools in the city of Northport are the best they can be. And I'm going to start devoting a lot of my time. I've had a few little things that kept me tied down. That's probably the next on my agenda, is start addressing.
So, in what way do you address having your schools being the best they can be?
Well, always money fixes everything, doesn't it?
There you go. Okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out a way to make sure that our schools in our city are being funded adequately. And the only way you're going to, in my opinion, the only way we're going to know that is to get everybody at the table. Y'all have heard me say this before. I don't like emails. I don't like Zoom thing. I want to see everybody sitting at a table so I can see what everybody's doing and everybody else can see it. And I think we're going to have to get the all the powers that be, the players in it, sitting at a table, and we're going to have to realize what's not working and then find a way to fix it.
Yeah.
There's a way to fix everything.
And all of the different players have all their different talents, and you come together and work together as a team,
Absolutely.
right?
And they all have their different agendas. And that's, for every good thing, Lisa, that you just brought up there, all their hidden talents, everyone has their hidden agendas also. And we have to
I didn't think about that, but I've never been in the world of politics either, so.
You've got 11 schools that are part of the county system.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all looked at, the chamber did these commissions on excellence,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they did one for the city system, one for the county. Have y'all started looking at what was in the county one and how it might be used for leverage, or
yes, we
or as a pathway?
I have looked at that. I think some issues are going to have to be is how are we going to fund our schools for the future?
Right.
And for anybody listening that may be associated with other governments, I want to be very clear: Northport's going to have to do its part also. And we've got to find a way that we can fund our schools and support our schools for the future. One thing I've learned in the 6 months that I've been in office, and I thought I knew a little bit, and I did know a little bit coming in, but the one thing I've learned that really kind of slapped me in the face is what I'm doing today is going to appear about 5 years from now.
So you're planting seeds,
Well,
and
yeah,
you're planting
Yeah,
seeds.
I would like to see. I'd like to see some instant gratification at what I'm doing popping up tomorrow, but I see that it's not. By the time that this term is over with, you'll start seeing some of the things that we're doing, and that's when you'll be judged if they're good or bad, if you've been successful or not. But so you have to look down the road. Some things you look down the road 5 years, some things you look down the road 20 years. And that's what we have to do with our schools, is we have to look down the road and see, because right now, if we don't do something 5 years from now, it's not going to look like what we need it to look like.
Yeah, exactly. And again, looking down the road, don't shoot my pun, let's tell the audience a little bit. Can you address what's going on with infrastructure and how you're trying to keep up with the growth and get ahead of it, maybe?
Well, in Northport, we've got 3 road projects planned on the books right now. Main Avenue is under construction right now, and it's streetscape improvements, and it's going to be really, really nice. And it goes all the way from downtown all the way out to Highway 82. That's under works right now. And I would love for it to be done by the end of the year, but I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be after the first of the year before that gets done. Then next up is Fifth Street, the Fifth Street improvements, which is going to be really, really good. It's going to start there at Lurleen Wallace and make some changes there, and then go all the way down past the new ballpark out that way. And then the third, which is going to be hopefully a 2028 project, that'll be the revitalization of Lurleen Wallace, picking up when you come into Northport and improvements with that. So those three things are in the works right now, and there's some others that are on the planning table that are getting legs and looking good. And there's just so many things that, being in office 6 months up to that stage, that I want to tell you, I want to sit down and just tell you all these great things that are coming, but we're at that legal part where I can't. They told me I have to keep my mouth shut.
Well, again, I've never been inside the inner workings of government. This may be an awful question, but have you ever seen any way that AI can help streamline any of those processes? Because I know you want to make progress. Is there anything that you've seen, or is this to be determined is a perfectly acceptable answer?
I think AI involvement in what I'm talking about here is going to be. We have to determine that down the road, because I'll tell you why.
Yeah, that's why.
You can take AI and you can draw a set of blueprints, and you can take AI and you can help with engineering.
Sure.
But AI is not going to help with the political side of it. And unfortunately, there's so much that goes into those things. When you plan a project like a streetscape environment, you change the streetscape, repaving it, sidewalk. So many people's hands have to be.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much do you have to negotiate that? I guess a lot. That takes a lot of time.
I guess you'd call it negotiating. That's a very nice word to use.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to fight for it. There's monies that are set aside. The people that come before me in local government set up a way that our area here, we have access to some money for street and road improvements, but it's only so much money, and a lot of people need that. So sometimes it becomes a fight, and I think
that makes sense. Yeah,
Tara and I have done a better job of making it known that Northport wants its share, and we're getting our share. We're not being mistreated. I don't want to say that. So I'm excited about the things that are going on in the city of Tuscaloosa, things going on in Northport, things that the county has going on. There's so much going on. And I will say this, that Judge Robertson and Mayor Maddox, I've learned so much from those guys, and they are such a pleasure to work with. We have our fun with each other, but they are such a pleasure to work with, and they truly care about the West Alabama area also.
I love hearing that. We got to go back to break, but maybe when we come back, we talk a little bit more about the collaboration between the county and the two cities, Northport and Tuscaloosa. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We'll be here right back.
Are we still on?
I love talking about that.
Well, we live
Forum.
on camera.
Oh, yeah, Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're on
I'll tell you
Facebook
something.
and YouTube. You can tell us that from off of there.
I like your direction.
I'm excited. I really think, the schools issue, the schools is one of the things that's been on my mind since I'm running. What we're going to do is we're just going to get at a table and figure out, guys, we know what's not going to happen. The people of Tuscaloosa are not going to vote for a property tax increase. That's not going to happen. Let's don't waste our time with that anymore. We've got to find a way. We've got to find a way to find that money to improve our schools. Now, it's not going to be pleasurable. And just like at home, for most people, when you want something, you have to sacrifice a little bit here and sacrifice a little bit there and go out and get it. And
you know what that made me think of? And who was it? We had another education official, and we were talking about bringing in like Guy Fieri, because we just visited with Needy Pete, like a Food Network, like a fundraiser, like foundation stuff, and we were all talking about it. And I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to approach it.
so are we running out of time?
Oh, yeah.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, we'll talk about what you wanted to talk about, Mayor.
Johnny.
Just sometime.
Okay, we're
we'll
back,
talk
y'all.
about 4th of July.
Okay, welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1.
And we are having a good day with Mayor Dale Phillips. And,
We are.
isn't he a breath of fresh air?
He's fabulous.
Yeah, and I love the direction that he and the council and Tara are taking Northport. Really doing some good work.
I agree, but I have something I want to talk about real quick right before we get back to the good mayor. Johnny, you've been banking with Bryant Bank since the beginning, and that's pretty impressive.
Well, it doesn't feel that long. Actually, it's been over 20 years, but it just doesn't feel that long.
So what keeps you there after all this time?
Oh, they make it so easy for you. There's no confusion, no pressure. They're just good people helping their customers do things right.
Well, that's what everyone's looking for, right, Mayor?
Boy, Bryant Bank's been doing it the right way for a long time from the very beginning.
Yeah. They set the standard, and that's the kind of consistency that builds confidence.
It really does. And you just know you're in good hands when you walk through the doors.
And you know what? That peace of mind, it's everything.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when they're dealing with your money.
Exactly. You can visit Bryant Bank in any one of their beautiful locations, North River, Northport, and beautiful downtown T-Town, or online at bryantbank.com.
And remember, Bryant Bank is an equal housing lender and a member of
FDIC.
Go see our friends at Bryant Bank today. Mayor,
Yeah.
one infrastructure question before, and I'm not sure you can answer this, but I remember talking with, I think you and maybe some other folks, there is another corridor kind of project that you've talked about. I think it goes from Rose across the northern side of.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That sounds like such a high impact project. Can you address a little bit of that?
We have a couple of, and these are some of those projects that I said are still on the drawing table
Right.
and everything. But we want to add a corridor going from Highway 43 all the way over to the Martin Road intersection, connecting, going through,
Yes.
and
Yes.
eventually, hopefully, connecting Rose Boulevard and through that way. That would be a game changer
It
for that
would.
side of town,
Yeah.
because it would allow people across the river in Tuscaloosa to come to Northport to shop quicker than they could actually go somewhere in Tuscaloosa. That's a game changer. And then we have some others, and one being in we're looking to extend Hospital Drive all the way down to Rice Mine Road, which would be a game changer.
Okay, that will be nice.
So
Yes.
that's the kind of things that we're looking at down the future. And Tara is spearheading those, and the amount of knowledge she has in those areas is so great with all of her years of experience.
right.
So I think those are very real possibilities of coming to life, and I'm excited about that. Those will be game changers. Those
Yeah.
two will be game changers.
I totally want to commend y'all thinking that way, because we need some new corridors crossing the metro area, and that sounds like a really high impact opportunity there.
Yes.
Okay, so before we completely run out of time, what do our listeners need to know? What would you like our listeners to know that we haven't talked about yet?
I want to touch base. We are planning a 4th of July celebration in downtown Northport.
Oh, you can finally talk about it. Yay!
6 to 9 in beautiful downtown Northport.
What are we doing?
We're going to have a little live music and some food trucks and activities for the kids and everything, and just trying to get everybody in town. And Tuscaloosa will be doing their fireworks at 9 o'clock. And, so many people come to that area to watch the fireworks. Well, we're going to give them something to do for
There you
3
go.
hours right there.
Look at that.
This is
Let Tuscaloosa spend the money on
well,
fireworks.
that's right. That's right. This is something that I wanted to do from day one was bring our downtown back alive. And if you look around,
I was going to say, we need more restaurants down there who can participate in the throwdown next year.
We do.
This is an
we
annual
do.
event. Okay.
We need to.
Hashtag selfish.
That's
Not really, it's charity. Anyway, go ahead.
revitalization of that is definitely on the radar, and we're working in that direction. But so many cities our size, and you guys, I'm sure, are more familiar with this than I am, but they have like these First Fridays and things like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
And this stuff.
Of
So
course.
we're going to have a 4th of July celebration. We're blessed not only with being 250 the birthday of our country, but it's on Saturday, so everything's kind of lined up.
That's a great point.
And we're going to do this, and then we're looking at having some other little festival type thing in the fall, and then that will lead right into Dickens
There you go.
for Christmas. So we're trying to bring our downtown back to life. Got some great people working on it. The downtown merchants are all excited. We're meeting and working on plans of things to do, but like anything, and I won't tell the people, I want you to come 6 to 9. It'd be free. No admission. There'll be food trucks there, different kinds of food. There'll be some bands. We'll try to have some nice things for the kids to do, and then of course we'll see the fireworks. But we're going to start small.
That's okay.
You know, when you start something, you don't want to. Don't
overshoot it.
You don't want to kick a cover.
Exactly.
So we're going to start out small, and it takes us doing our job, but it takes people coming out also.
Yeah. And downtown Northport is such an asset.
Yes.
I love downtown.
I love the
Northport.
atmosphere of downtown
The
Northport.
charm of it, again.
Charm is a great word.
Back to the
Yes.
Tuscaloosa book, I just finished writing about the tale of two cities, and it's really about the two downtowns and how they can complement each other and how they can really feed off of each other, because they're right across the river. I mean, it's just, you can walk over there, and it's such a lovely, charming area. I love it.
So back when we did our forum, just not that long ago, we talked a lot about the collaboration between Tuscaloosa, Northport, and the county. Will you tell us, for the listeners who might have actually missed that, which shouldn't be too many, but what does that actually look like? Is it evolving and developing any more than the last time we spoke?
Well, the three governments get along very well. Mayor Maddox, Judge Robertson, myself, we get along, I think, very well. We're able to have very candid talks and know where each other stands, and we don't always agree. And that's not a bad thing. But you go around Tuscaloosa County, you go around Northport and Tuscaloosa, and there's some people that have this feeling that the three governments hate each other, or the three of us don't like each other, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. I have great respect for those guys. They've already taught me so much, and I can tell the people that those two guys, Mayor Maddox, Judge Robertson, they really care about what goes on in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama. And if you knew half the stuff that they do and half the conversations that sometimes we have, you would be really impressed just at how far they're looking. And some things, I'll say this, some of the minor things that you think never cross our conversation path, they do. Some of the small things do. There's a couple of things that's being discussed right now, and they're not very big things, but we're working together to try to fix some things. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, we would love to do that again sometime if we can get put on the count, because that was a very largely popular show. We can tell from the analytics.
I will tell this. I've had fun. I never thought you could pull it. I never thought you could pull it together. But if you remember, when we talked about it, I said I'd do it. I said I'll host it. I never would have thought you could have got those two.
Well, you just give us a challenge. We'll take it on.
So I walked into a meeting and
so worth it. Oh, so worth it.
We all had to be at a meeting, and I walked in, and one of your cards was laying on the table, and I picked it up, and I said, I never would have thought they'd have got y'all talked into this, and everything. They said, well, they told us you said we didn't have a choice. So
we drive a hard bargain.
The honest answer is, all three of you were unbelievably responsive. Every one of you.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Everybody wanted to make it happen, and it was a first for an on air like that. But I can tell you, each one of the staffs went the extra mile to help us pull the date together and the schedule. So actually, it wasn't as challenging as you might think. They just because we've got three leaders of our three major governing bodies who are responsive. They call you back. They respond to the people. They want to communicate. They want to be transparent, and that was an opportunity to do it. So actually all three, it was just a matter of making sure we had a good day.
It
That's
was a
all it
lot
was.
of fun.
It
That was
wasn't
so
that
much fun. And a lot of things got talked about.
Yes.
And,
And it's important to pull the curtain back for the citizens of West Alabama. Not only
Absolutely.
that, but it's important for the citizens of West Alabama to see, examples
Sure.
of the collaboration,
That's
how you
right.
work together.
it's important for Northport. It's important for us
It
to be
is.
seen at that level and to be seen working with them.
That's right.
It hadn't always been that way, but
Because
that's-
yeah, to your point, I mean, people may not even realize it. So I feel like we were able to help shine a light on that. We're
Yeah,
grateful
sure.
for the
Thank
invitation.
you, and appreciate you hosting and all the support. Your staff was unbelievable.
Well, good.
Helpful to
They
us.
tell I'm sure they get around to telling me I've got a meeting with you tomorrow. They tell me where to be, and I
Well,
follow directions
M-
very well.
Mr. Mayor's tomorrow at 3, your place.
I follow directions. My partner reminds me, you got to do this or do that. So I
That
understand.
makes me
it.
sound kind of bossy. I don't
understand
know.
it, but, well, you call it what you want to.
Well, that's probably not wrong anyway.
I just asked Miss Mallory. I said, "Where
Yeah.
do I need to
Okay, gentlemen, tomorrow at 3.
Lisa says, "Now we got to do this." I said, "What? What do we got to do? When is that?"
be?"
Do I really say it like
And
that?
she said, "Well, didn't you look at your calendar?" I said, "Well, yeah, but I forgot what I looked at." She reminds me. So I've got a great partner. You got
Well,
to have a good partner.
and then when you have multiple things going, so many working parts. And how many calendars did you say you have, Mr.
About
Cook?
4.
Lord
I
knows.
need to merge them all together, maybe, but life is busy. But I love it.
Now that I think about it, I've got 3. What the heck am I doing
Nice.
with 3 calendars?
Yeah, we can tell. You do
Oh.
love it.
Yeah,
You love what you're doing, and you have
Yeah, he's
you
having
have
fun.
Northport. You have their best interests at heart.
And congratulations on a great beginning.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
We're off and running. We've had some
Yes, you
wins, and that's good. And we have to be prepared for the losses because you're gonna have some.
Oh, sure.
And we have to be prepared for adversity. So, and I think we are. The one thing about it is we're going to be there.
You're going to do a great job. I mean, you're off to a wonderful start. Mayor, thank you for coming
Thank
to see
you.
us.
I'm always glad to be here. Always.
Thank you so much. I'm going to close this out, Mr. Mayor. But before we go, I'd like to let everyone know we have Adam Miller from Theater Tuscaloosa on the show, and Drew Baker. She is Tuscaloosa Children's Theater. So that's going to be a blast.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, let me go ahead and close this out. I'd like to remind everyone, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. For Johnny Aycock, I'm Lisa Jones signing off for the Noon Show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone a splendiferous rest of their day. See you on the radio tomorrow. I speed up and slow down and watch the
Very good.
clock.
Thank
I
you.
hit it
Great.
exactly.
Thank you. I love it. You're the-
Woo!